What's up, level uppers? This is Andrew, and I'm about to play Entwined. Now, this was just announced at the Sony press conference on Monday at E3, and it turns out that it came out at the exact same moment that they announced it, surprisingly. I'm going to stay quiet for a moment because this opening is actually really, really beautiful. There you go, Entwined. The story kind of told in that opening cinematic there. Pretty much a fish and a bird fall in love, and they are bounded by the ocean between them, I guess. So you're supposed to bring them together. If I remember correctly, this game is developed by a bunch of students that I guess Sony saw some talent in and brought together to make this. This was their very first game. They're called Pixel Opus. You can see here there's a story and a challenge mode. I've only done the story so far, and I'm going to continue that to show with this video. There are a total of 9 lifetimes, and by the end it actually gets quite challenging. So I'm going to go somewhere in the middle. Let's start with the third. So like a few other games that have come out recently, this is all about dual joystick control. Brothers is one of them, Ib and Ob is another. So you gotta kind of keep concentrated and control the fish with the left joystick and the bird with the right, and you have to kind of move them along the edges of the joystick area to collect and stay within the boundaries. And it might look kind of simple, but it gets quite difficult. There you go. Now you can see at the top there that you're kind of filling up 2 bars, one for the fish and one for the bird. Both have to be filled in order to complete the level, and if you mess up, the bar goes down. And it can get pretty frustrating when you get really close to the filling up the bar and then you just start messing up one after the other. On the 9th lifetime especially, I think I was probably stuck on the level for 15 minutes, just barely not making it. Simplistic but effective graphics, especially considering a small team of students made this game. And the music is especially good. It's really cool that in a conference like E3, where you have all these huge games revealed, sorry, it's cool that Sony still takes the time to focus on these smaller little guys that they have faith in. If you remember right, The Unfinished Swan by Giant Sparrow were just like this group of guys here, making a game as students, and Sony found them and decided to give them a little bit of money and some faith, and they came up with something pretty cool with Unfinished Swan. This is where it gets tough, especially when you have ones that are kind of delayed. The orange is first and the blue is second, so it can throw you off. There we go, I'm getting them right now. And this is just the 3rd level. They get much more difficult. So I'm almost completed with this level here. Just got to keep going a little longer. not mess up. There we go. Always seems to come at the worst time, too. Right when you're just about to finish the level. Oh, man. Still close, though. And there we go. So, now you have to hold down both triggers and still make it through a final bunch of tests here. And if you can keep it going just a little while longer, you'll join them together. Probably 2 or 3 more. I messed one up. You messed up 2 in a row, then you're done. Ah! Your heart starts to beat pretty fast in this last moment here because you don't want to mess up. There it is, alright. So with each lifetime, when you fill up the bars, you join together to form a dragon, which you then have control of to collect these final bunch of orbs, fill up those bars together at the top. I will admit this is the one part of the game that I find a little boring and just not very compelling whatsoever. The controls are kind of wanky, like there's almost like a delay, it feels. It's a pretty environment at the end of each level, but it just could have been more. And then you're supposed to kind of write in the sky once you fill up the bar, but it kind of is supposed to remind me of Flower, I think, a little bit when you're painting in the grass on the one level, but I mean, if you look back at your work, it's not enough there to really make something impressive. But, and then when you run out of the bar, you have to go finally into the light there to move on to the next lifetime. So there you go. It's almost like they separate once again to start another lifetime where you have to bring them together. So I think I'll do one more before wrapping this up so you guys can see, get a good idea for how the levels change. See, it's a little bit of a different shape now, and already a mess up there. This one you have to be a little slower with your movement. They're spaced out a little bit, if you can see. Wasn't quick enough with that one though. So you kind of need to get the hang of it at the beginning. Here we go. Starting to get the hang of it a little bit now. Not quite quick enough on that one. I think you're going to be seeing more and more of this kind of thing happening where a game is announced and released at the same time. This is a generation of impatience. People want things immediately. They want immediate satisfaction. And I think the developers see that. Sony sees it. I think it's pretty cool though. Now this isn't by any means like the best game, best indie title, anything like that. But for $9.99, I think it's pretty cool to support a developer that's just starting out. And it'll be interesting to see what they do next with Sony hopefully backing them. And I'm very curious to find out what Giant Sparrow are working on now. since I'm pretty sure, like that game company, they have a 3-game deal with Sony. And I'm sure you guys remember that the final game that that game company did was Journey, which in my opinion is a masterpiece. So I wouldn't be surprised if Giant Sparrow also, by the end of their 3-game run, does something quite impressive. Whoa, okay. That one was tough. Those ones are tough. That's what I'm talking about. You get so close to the end there, and then you just can't finish. And I'm sure challenge mode is all about combos, doing as many as you can without messing up, and collecting as many of those orbs in the sky, getting through the level as quickly as possible. There we go. Messed up already, okay. Gotta get this time. Alright. Oh god, wow. Man, not quick enough. Oof, that's the first time I've ever gotten that. Getting there. They're not making it easy though. Ah, that was an easy one too. I should have gotten that. Can't even tell what's going on here. Oh my god. I'm starting to sweat. There we go. Alright. This is one of the prettier end games, end levels here, with the reflection in the water down there, and you can even go down and kind of run your wings against it. And this is pretty much how it works. Every level is the same. You have a little bit of a different setup, different kind of pattern to each level, and then it ends with an environment that you have to collect the orbs within. And I won't tell you how the game ends. It does kind of culminate in something. I think it left a lot to be desired, to be honest, but I'll let you guys find that out for yourself. There we go. Right in the sky. And go into the light. Alright guys, that is Entwined from Pixel Opus. A game that was revealed and released all at the same time. Pretty cool. For $9.99 it's not a bad game. And you know, for the first game developed by a bunch of students, you know, pretty cool. So I'm going to stop it right here. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to watch the Level Up show, be sure to look for us Sundays at 10:15 Eastern Time, right after Game of Thrones. So hope to see you then. Thanks for watching, guys.